Hello, KMA Tribe, friends, family, students. I am Grandmaster Stephen Del Castillo, and today I want to talk to you about adversity in our lives. And, in transparency, there was a discussion I had with someone last night. He was a father of a new student, and we were talking, and he shared some things from his childhood about a very difficult childhood he had had. We had a great talk about that. And, I was transparent with him that I had some adversity in my youth as well, particularly in my childhood being raised up. And I think that is probably not that uncommon of a story. And in fact, this morning on my way in, I was listening to one of my podcasts, as I do. I believe in Automobile University. So if my truck is moving, it needs two things: gas and quality information. And one of the people I follow is named Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy was also a student of the great Jim Rohn. Darren was talking about defeating your inner demons, and he shared some things about his childhood. And that is such a great piece. I actually linked to that podcast here, so you can make sure to listen to that as well. I'm not going to spend a lot of time there talking about this particular one. Isn't specifically about what happened to us in childhood, although it may be. But it could have been childhood, or it could have been in our 20s or 30s or 40s, or it could have just happened. Could be going through it right now. The point of the story really is that when confronted with adversity, when confronted with resistance, when confronted with the fact that things do not always go the way that we want them to do, that when you're doing great things, they're hard. All of this, whether it be adversity, and it's also irrelevant, whether it be the ones that happened to us, meaning we didn't do something that caused the effect, or more often than not, of course, as we're older, it's the latter, right? But in either case, there's a black belt principle that we teach here at Krav Maga Martial Arts, and it's called, what it says is that life is 10% what happens and 90% how we react to what happens. We call it the 10-90 rule. And what it means is that whatever the situation, it's our response to the situation that defines what happens next. And, you can see that this is true because so many times we see, if we do go back to the childhood situation, we see people that were raised up, born of the same people, raised up in exactly the same environment, and yet two totally different outcomes are created in their lives. And I believe that this is the largest piece of that. Not to say there aren't other variables, but I made reference earlier to the late great Jim Rohn. He used to say, "The wind that blows on all of us. It's the set of the sail that makes the difference," which is another way of saying what I'm trying to say here today, which is that whatever we're going through, wherever we are, and by the way, wherever in the timeline it happened, right? Because in some cases, like Darren was talking about his thing, it's these can be inner demons that do go all the way back to our childhood, or that are far in the past, and then sometimes it can be an adversity that you're going through right now. But in either case, the response, a resolute response where we put focus and energy and confidence and courage and faith and action towards the solution to the problem, that's the 90%. That's the way that we make things better. Prepare to live, empower to lead. Make today a great day.